Hello, my name's Tom Moyer, and today we'll be exploring extraterrestrial real estate and the policies relating to this intergalactic issue. Exploration of the cosmos is something that has captivated man since the discovery of propulsion, and perhaps even before. The auspicious indication of riches and precious resources is one that can captivate many, and it'll push the fold as to how fast we can develop aerotechnology to accomplish this goal. As technology advances, so must legislation that governs these extraterrestrial bodies. With this in mind, one can define the issue of extraterrestrial real estate by concentrating on two predominant questions. Who can claim these extraterrestrial territories, and how will these claims be enforced and regulated? By utilizing these two fundamental questions, one is able to undertake a closer examination towards finding a conclusive solution to a possible international intergalactic dispute. To gauge why this issue is important, one must understand that the immediate goal of addressing the problem, as previously defined, is to preempt any issues that may arise as a result of this new age space race. Being ahead of the horizon will be key in maintaining a fair and free space for all to explore, enjoy, and exploit. To begin the conversation, we must guarantee that policymakers are aware of how fast technology is advancing, and to observe other governments in an effort to develop a unified front for the unexplored unknown. It's imperative that governance play a central role in policy construction and alternative development relating to extraterrestrial real estate. This understanding of why the issue is so important can help one to better recognize how to measure the problem. Explicitly, one could argue that the measure is the number of countries and companies who might reach beyond low Earth orbit. Moreover, the issue could also be observed and measured by the number of exploitable exoplanets within reach. With this in mind, the reinforcement of immediate policy of addressing the problem as defined to preempt any issue that may arise as a result of this new age space race is imperative as technology continues to outpace policy and legislation. When judging policy, there are several criteria for analysis that must be understood when looking to regulate extraterrestrial real estate. This analysis focused on three criteria: political feasibility, liberty and freedom, as well as administrative feasibility. And they rank in that order of importance to the notion of extraterrestrial real estate. Political feasibility plays an unequivocal role as it addresses the extent to which elected officials will accept and support a policy. And for extraterrestrial real estate, this comes into play when alternatives are addressed. The criteria of liberty and freedom is important to note because it promotes the extent to which public policy extends or restricts individual rights and choices. Liberty and freedom will go hand in hand with the ability for stakeholders to access and claim space and its resources just as governments do. Lastly, the criteria of administrative feasibility is imperative to extraterrestrial real estate because this criteria examines the likelihood that a department or agency can implement the policy well. Moving to alternatives, three were identified in the analysis and have an emphasis on collaborating with the international community to construct an inclusive interstellar government, as well as develop new policy that addresses the complexities of international intergalactic rights and enacting regulations for strict adherence to current policy. When looking to analyze the alternatives against the criteria, a matrix chart was used in my analysis to see which alternative seems to be the best moving forward. For all intents and purposes, political feasibility, PF, is ranked highest at a 5, liberty and freedom, LF, at a 4, and administrative feasibility, AF, at a 3. And they had the following scores for the alternatives. Inclusive interstellar government scored a 15 in PF, a 12 in LF, and a 12 in AF, totaling 39. New policy addressing intergalactic rights scored a 20 in PF, an 8 in LF, and a 9 in AF, totaling 37. Regulations for strict adherence to current policy scored a 10 in PF, an 8 in LF, and a 9 in AF, totaling 27. My paramount policy recommendation would be to implement an intergalactic government as the most comprehensive way to promote an international policy regarding the future evolution of this market. The progress of this alternative will impact every stakeholder, from the public sector, the private sector, and all the industries within them. Stakeholders such as Blue Origin, SpaceX, Deep Space will play a pivotal role in helping to spur up interest and the necessity of an intergalactic government as they develop new technology that seeks to exploit extraterrestrial territories at a much faster rate than other stakeholders such as governments. Moreover, one must also keep into careful consideration the public interest of extraterrestrial real estate, and keep in mind the question of who can claim these extraterrestrial territories and how will these claims be enforced and regulated, as they're central to the entire concept of extraterrestrial real estate.